Bumchuck, I hate water. I can do it. But do I have to do it now?
Super Mario, Super Mario, Super Mario World.
Super Mario World was a show from the past. And if you're thinking it's good, well, you'll be sorry you asked. Delfino and the Peach here are watching what they can. The budget was $2 and a piece of ham.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, it just looks like ass. The Supershow Saga, it's a gas! You like that mango peppy? Too fizzy. That's what I think about all sodas. I'm just not a soda person. Although the mellow yellow, now that I've learned the secret, the open secret that mellow yellow is Mountain Dew, I've been
It's supposed to be a secret.
It's an open secret.
I don't know.
I've been enjoying the mellow yellow.
I like bottled soft drinks or canned. I think I like canned soft drinks the most.
Canned or bottled, but that is a bottle.
The bottles are
It's a plastic bottle. Do you
yes,
like
that's how it goes.
glass bottles?
Oh, glass bottles are a higher tier than plastic bottles.
You feel refined.
Yes,
You feel-
fancy.
I see.
Oh yes, let me put out my pinky while I drink this Pepsi.
Pinky out.
Pinky's out for Pepsi.
What was it that I was watching where it was like
Pepsi for pizza.
No, it was a cartoon or something where they were doing something bad.
SpongeBob.
It was SpongeBob. Pinky's out.
I don't need it.
I don't need it.
I definitely don't need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
I need it.
It's
And then
because
Patrick's like, Pinky! And so he like sticks his pinky out before he slams the water everywhere.
Pinky out. Right, because we had a conversation recently and you said, SpongeBob isn't that important to us. And much like the SpongeBob meme where SpongeBob is showing Patrick all of the angry poop diapers. I don't know what they were. But I showed her a video and it was every episode of SpongeBob with at least one meme from it from the first 3 seasons. And it's like, wow.
There's so many memes.
There's so many memes and they're all really important. Some are taken out of context, like it's just the frame but warped, like the Mr. Krabs one where he's looking around all panicked. And then there's some where it's more so the gif of it, where SpongeBob is... he merges through the wall and busts through it. And then there's the really great one.
hot.
It's a really great one with Sandy where you need context. I don't need it. I don't need it.
I
definitely
don't need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. He needs it. Would you say
Watching this
if you
show
had to
is like
use-
me going, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine.
we gotta use another SpongeBob meme for this? Which SpongeBob meme?
I call it
applies
bold and
best?
brash. More like belongs in the trash.
This is me and this
Oh.
you. Because I don't know what I was expecting with this.
Well, we haven't introduced ourselves yet.
We haven't. I'm Delfino Durians.
And I'm Peach Supreme, and welcome to the Supershow Saga.
This is the only episode we are recording on the same mic.
It won't be the only one.
Well, it's gonna be the only one for a bit.
Well, you're gonna come back from college soon.
It's true. College ends in 2 weeks. I'm not believing it.
Today is a special episode because it's our first episode where we're starting Super Mario World.
Yay!
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 I went from dreading it to like, you know what, I'm excited.
What is this? It feels a bit like
I think it's crazy that we watched the first episode like a few days ago and I was like, yeah, I remember it. And then I went to watch it to take notes and I'm like, Wait, when did this happen?
I think
What happened?
It is a show best watched with a party of people. It's one of those so bad it's good things.
Maybe take a few shots before you watch it.
It's like when Saber Spark holds those watch parties for really bad movies.
The drunk recaps?
No, they're not drunk recaps.
Well,
that's him alone doing that.
Okay.
But it's when they just get a whole group of people to watch a bad movie and they're going and they each have something to add to the movie. They talk about the nut, or they talk about the pinball noise in Joshua and the Promised Land. That's the pinball noise!
Oh, man.
Or they can't get over it. But yeah, that's really this show. It's pretty crazy. So
Do you have some history behind the show?
Yeah,
that we'd like to share beforehand?
It's very important that we do so. And we'll probably be re-mentioning this with every guest to fill them in on the
So if you had watched Mario 3, this show is... It's technically the next season, I would say.
It's the one connected at the hip, and it went along with Captain N.
So what they would do is they would show an episode of Super Mario World and then an episode of Season 3 of Captain N.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both about, like, 11 minutes long each.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so end credit promos and bumpers for the show would call this Super Mario Bros. 4, which if we've learned anything from Sonic 4, never call something 4.
Unless it's Final Fantasy 4.
4 is the cursed number,
That's
because
true.
once you go 4, you can't ever not number everything in your series as Final Fantasy does.
In Japanese culture, 4 means death, so
Oh, yes. I guess that's another reason. I was just thinking more so because people have a problem with a quadrilogy because then you're expecting 5.
It's also part of the idea from Majora's Mask. It's that the 4th day everyone dies. It's because the character for 4 is she, which can also mean death.
Okay.
Or white.
Shida.
Shida.
Okay, so blah, 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 blah. Super Mario World is only one half of the series. So this... And the new Super Mario World. What?
Do they ever explain the plot of this show ever?
Okay, so here are some legal issues. If you buy Mario World on DVD, you have to also buy Captain N the 3rd season.
Okay.
So we apparently own Captain N the 3rd season.
We're gonna have to actually crack open the DVD.
I know, we just bought it for
We just bought it for kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Say, yeah, we own the whole thing.
We own it all. Alright, this and that. Staff. Okay, it was mainly those people. Okay, here we go.
I feel like
the meat of the problem.
Oh, the meat and potatoes.
This is what caused the mass molding of the show. This is reading this quote from the Mario Wiki. Unlike previous Super Mario cartoons where scripts were produced in a 3-step fashion, that is, the writer submits an episode premise to the story editors, a multi-page outline, and then the full script. All Super Mario World episode premises were written by the show's story editor, Phil Harnage. So Phil Harnage wrote the concept for every single episode and then assigned it to various people on the previous series for a full script, full on skipping the outline stage. Something that writer Perry Martin noted was, quote, never a good idea, unquote.
Oh my god.
So what happened?
So if you ever are watching this show and you think it's a hot mess, then yeah.
It was a hot mess. So essentially I guess the writing way went was that Phil Harnage had a really long night.
He watched a bunch of Flintstones.
Do you think he drank heavily, or did he do heavy drugs?
He drank heavily and marathoned the Flintstones and went, I gotta write a stupid cartoon about this.
And then he was about to pass out, so he had to take some speed or crack cocaine, whichever one gets your adrenaline boosted.
Oh, you can tell that we don't know anything.
And then
about
he
Trolls.
wrote one single episode and he called all of his friends and said, "Write me an episode, thank you, goodbye." And he went, "Get it back to me in 1 week." And then they were like, "Okay, do we have step-by-steps?" And they're like, "No, I just want the full episode."
Because every episode has like a vague idea of what it's about, and then like 3 people write for it, and then it just turns into a giant hot mess.
What this is there is no thought put through the episode. Things come up and are not addressed again. There's no setup and payoff. There's no like
They can't even
hinting
get
towards things in
animated
the
properly
future.
in every episode.
I think it's the animation department. Let me check animation. Okay,
so unlike
animation was done at a Chinese studio called Pacific Rim Productions Incorporated instead of Say Young Animation
who did the previous
Company,
series.
who did the
So-
last 3 seasons. Yeah, Mario World.
So
Mario
everyone's
3.
gotten a bit of a redesign, somewhat,
And-
to varying quality.
And also, it should be noted, the introduction was animated by Canvas Incorporated. So if you're wondering why the introduction looks great
And
the
completely
show
different
was-
from the actual show.
and shows poopy, there you go.
Oh my god.
Is
So another thing to note is that even though we do John Stalker is still in the show, however Toad does not appear. There are no toads at all, actually. They've all been replaced by cavemen.
that's because we left the Mushroom Kingdom.
So we've gone to Dinosaur World.
Dino World.
No, they call it Dinosaur World.
Dinosaur? Let's go back to the Mario Wiki page.
Yeah, in this first episode, like, you expect there to be, like, some sort of, like, introduction to, like, why are we here? What's going on? It's like, no.
Yep, it's called Dinosaur World.
We're just in Dinosaur World now.
Mm-hmm.
Koopa is here.
You don't get context.
Mario and Luigi are doing what they can, and Yoshi and the princess are lending them a hand.
Although, really, Mario and Luigi are doing what they can. Yoshi and the princess lends him a hand, and Yoshi does all the other work.
So, what they really mean is Luigi does nothing, Mario pretends to do something but doesn't do anything, the princess gets kidnapped, and Yoshi does all the work.
There we go.
Yep.
And that's every episode.
That is the end.
Every episode. From the 2 that we've seen, that's every episode. So, I guess there's not much to
Who's
talk
Yoshi
about.
voiced by?
Okay,
He's got a new voice.
Yoshi has a new voice actor, and they're voiced by Andrew Sabiston. And would you look at
Oh
that?
my god! Oh
He
no!
also voices
He voiced Diddy Kong in Donkey Kong Country.
Do you hear it now?
What she says, yes, yes, yes.
Well,
She
no.
no.
What's another Diddy? What's another Diddy Kong clip that we can pull from? Don't you go when it's all she wished for? Don't you want to get your hands on riches galore? No. Get your head up the clouds. Adventures wasting, times a wasting. Okay, he was in an Arthur episode. Oh no, he
The
was.
curse of the golden banana.
Oh shoot, he was an amazing.
The curse of
spice.
the golden banana.
She was in Super. Oh my gosh. We're going through his IMDb page. So he helps out. He's a Canadian voice
He was
actor.
Tenderheart Bear. That's cute.
Do you remember Tenderheart
I guess he
Bear?
just has a good baby voice.
There you go. Anything else? What's this?
Oh, that was one of the DVD
Okay.
rips.
It's like, what is this?
Yeah. So the show, compared to the other ones, there's only 13 episodes.
Because
That might be
there's
a
even
blessing.
less.
There's only 13 episodes.
They were so out of money.
They had no budget. Honestly, watching this show, it feels like they just, like, there were like 3 animators, and one of the animators stole all the budget, and the rest of the animators are like, dude, what are we supposed to animate on? It's like, no, it's fine. So that's why some scenes are like half animated, and some scenes like look like they're still storyboards just with paint over them.
That's sad.
And it's just like,
Are you saying it's like the Kirby episode Cartoon Buffoon, where some people in the studio were really, really good, and
Yes.
then everyone else was really bad?
It just feels like there's like 3 separate animators. There's the one animator who does like cheapies of
Okay.
everyone.
I hate them.
I
They're
hate
gremlins.
them. It's awful. There's like the one animator who doesn't ink their lines properly.
Color in the line.
And everybody
Because
is
they
just
couldn't stay in the lines.
weirdly proportioned. And then there's the one animator who's kind of decent. It looks like they did like Mega Man box art or whatever. And like when they animate, I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. And it
We're
switches to
doing
the other guy,
fine.
and I'm like, ugh.
Get me out. This whole show is in need of a reanimate. Anywho.
Would that even make it better?
Alright, so
Because I think part of its charm is the terrible animation.
I suppose. But
You're just along for the ride. It's nuts.
speaking of the ride, Peach, we have to spin the wheel and see which sad Deke animation writer was left with this episode that Phil Harnage wrote in a fever dream.
Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Show us the lesson that we should learn.
It was Brooks Watchell. And you know, Watchell.
And
you know
for
what?
Clifford.
You can't read my notes. So I will say, I respect this man because he wrote for Clifford, not the new Clifford, but the old Clifford in 2002. Classic. Listen, my mom keeps asking me, honestly, the whole family is like, did you know there's a Clifford movie? Aren't you angry? And at this point,
I just feel nothing.
In consuming media, I am at the
I think it's funny that like when they announced it, everybody went crazy, and then the trailer came out and everyone went crazy, and then like it just kind of like
pooped in the theaters.
It kind of farted out in the theater, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that is out." Kind of like the Ghostbusters movie.
If I hear that media is
people hyped it up forever, and then all of a sudden it was out, and I was like, "Oh!"
I mean, that's the same with Encanto.
Oops.
I wasn't even remembering that Encanto came out until
I'd seen more marketing for that one than
Okay.
Ghostbusters. Well, I saw a lot of marketing for Ghostbusters when it was first announced, and then it got delayed, and then like I didn't hear anything about it, and then it's like, no, it's here.
I know.
Ta-da!
Venom 2 didn't even have marketing, and yet I heard about that one more than I did the others. It's all word of mouth.
It depends on which fandoms you follow.
Anywho, yeah, I'm at the point of media consumption where I hear that something is getting a spin-off, a sequel, a TV series. Aren't you angry, Delfino?
Aren't you? 2021.
How do you feel about this? And I try and take it with grace. I go, okay,
I just don't have the energy anymore.
and it's fine that it exists. If somebody else finds happiness in it, then good for them. But to me, I will always stand by
OG Clifford.
OG Clifford with
Best
Cree
Clifford.
Summers as Cleo. Clifford was another pretty big name.
Yeah, he passed away.
He did?
Mhm. Pretty soon after the show ended.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But he was great.
And Liquid Snake as Mac. I will forever love Corin.
Yes.
Corin, Liquid Snake, Aladdin, the really bad Aladdin movie.
Oh my god.
All those.
Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle and the Nutcracker. The nuttiest Nutcracker.
Oh my god.
He's all those people. And I applaud him. We're gonna take another quick intermission. It won't take long, I
Too many
promise.
intermissions.
It won't take
Weren't
long.
you gonna tell me what else this guy's done
Yeah, it was.
besides Clifford?
But I gotta look up. This is important. No, not that one. Yes, 2000
Classic Clifford.
2000 Clifford. So yeah. Now it's Venezuela. It was
John Ritter.
John Ritter. Okay, Mr. Mark, T-Bone. T-Bone was
Kel
Kel
Mitchell?
from Keenan and Kel.
Yeah.
What?
It was nuts.
Where's Mac? Where's Mac?
I don't know. There's too many dubs.
Okay, here we go. Mr. Bleakman.
Oh, Mr. Bleakman. I love him.
Then Mrs. Bleakman. Where is Mac? Mac exists. What's going on? What's going on?
Just look up. Oh, Frank Welker.
What?
Nice.
No, not him. This is bothering me. Oh, right.
You know who Frank Welker is?
He's Fred.
He's Scooby-Doo.
He's Fred. Okay. Okay, I guess we gotta
Just
look
look up Solid Snake.
No, it's Liquid Snake.
Oh, Liquid Snake. I don't know.
Solid Snake is
You make it sound like
Liquid the Snake.
You make it sound like I actually know
Okay.
stuff about Metal Gear.
Voice. Okay.
Look up Eddie the Eagle.
No. Cam Clark.
Yes, it's Cam Clark.
I am deep. We're going back. I forgot that Rumble movie was coming out.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
What's that beeping noise? What is the sound of the beeping?
If we're gonna sit here,
Okay, he voiced a bunch of people in
Mr.
Clifford.
Dink.
Mr.
If we're gonna
Dink.
sit here and look through Cam Clark's IMDb, we're gonna be here forever.
Okay, we'll just get the one.
All right, so today's episode. Did we even say the name of the episode?
No, it's called Fire Sale. You know.
You know, like that classic fire sale.
Zilla Patrol. Okay, we gotta get out
I
of
do
here.
love Zulu Patrol.
I do too. 32 up or 0 degrees. That's the temperature in which water will freeze. That's how I remember the conversion for
Yeah.
water.
So I guess we did kind of go over the opening a bit already, so... we don't
Yeah,
have to
it's
do that.
Luigi gets caught and then he goes crashing. Peach gets taken, and then
Everybody fails except
Yeah.
for Yoshi. Who
Okay.
saves the day. Woo!
But-
okay.
this is the last detour, I promise. But I want
Oh
to
my
I want to
gosh.
say what episode Brooke Watchell wrote and know if you remember them or not.
Okay.
You can't look at the
Yeah.
screen. Guess who's coming to Birdwell?
Is that the first episode?
I don't think so. I think it's the one where Casey's coming to Birdwell.
Well, it could be the one where the basketball guys coming to Birdwell.
Who moved my bone? Who moved my bone?
Who moved my bone?
A big-hearted T-bone.
I don't know the names very well, but...
Okay. Jetta Sweater.
I think it's the one where Mac chews on a spider.
Two's Company and Fair Weather Friends.
I remember Fairweather Friends.
Is that our favorite episode?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's our favorite episode.
Oh my
I'd have to look it
goodness.
up later.
But Jenna's sweater, I think that's the one where Jenna, she's wearing the sweater that her grandma gave her, but she hates it, so she pawns it off to Emily Elizabeth, and then she hears word that her grandma's coming to Birdwell Island to
And she's
visit, and is really expecting her to wear it again, so Jenna's having to, like, ring around the rosy with Emily Elizabeth. At the very end, she's like, actually, I just need it back, so it's my grandma. And Emily Elizabeth's like, oh, why didn't you just tell me? I would have got it back to you. You would have been fine. Okay, so we gotta... Okay, so he also wrote for good shows, including the Super Show with
Mhm.
Mighty McMario and the Pot of Gold.
The weird episode with the leprechaun.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And also, he's written for Darkstalkers, the TV show. We're in for it. So we start the episode in Iceland.
And not to be confused with Iceland from Mario 3. This is the Mario World Iceland.
Where everything is crystallized.
And Kootie Pie has been banished to the Ice Palace.
She's been okay. She's been banished on paper, but in her brain, she has been
she's
gifted
like, "Oh,
a
I've been
new
gifted
land.
palace." So it's like, nah, Koopa just stuck her in the Ice Palace because he was tired of rebelling.
So Cootie Pie's voice actor is back. Tabitha Saint.
She's great.
And Sinclair, and she's great. But you know what's not great, Peach?
The color blue.
It's freezing.
Elsa, she is not.
She's not. She likes looking at herself in the mirrors of glass. Sorry, ice. But ice glass. But she does not like the temperature. And it turns out Koopa is
Maybe she should try wearing some clothes.
no. We only wear tube skirts in this house. And so she's not having fun. Honestly, also putting a cold-blooded thing where there's no sunlight,
That's true.
that is asking for them to freeze over. So
So
Koopa
she
isn't
decides-
totally heartless. He did send a
one
bodyguard, some private Ottoman man, Koopa Troopa.
So,
He's very ugly.
well, they decided to redesign a lot of the characters in this show, which
Mhm.
I guess they look a little more accurate than they did before.
They look
but
more like they're sprites, but is
that's
that
not,
a good
that's
thing?
not exactly a good thing.
No, I think it
He's
stinks.
got
I
like
think
a weird,
it's terrible. He's got a
weird like cleft lip, and Kootie Pie's like, and I'm just like, could you not?
It is so creepy how she touches him. Don't touch me.
There's a lot of weird, creepy bits in this
Don't
episode.
touch
I don't
me.
like this.
Hey.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Are you touching me?
I'm touching you.
Touching me!
So this is a nasty looking Koopa Troopa. And it's at this point that I realized what made Kootie Pie so great in Mario 3 and what's not making her great here. And the answer is
Her dad.
her dad or any other person in the room that is willing to talk back to her. She says something snarky, and then someone either says something snarky back or they try and placate her. Like, don't try to get on my good side.
It's like how
What
everyone
good
says
side?
that Eggman is so great when he has a little flunky to play off of.
Yeah.
But like when you just get Eggman by himself, it's just like, okay.
Sometimes you get him with like another Eggman. That's only sometimes funny. So he's an Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is pretty
But
darn
no,
great.
this Koopa flunky, he's mute.
Okay,
Or
he's
selectively
either,
mute.
He's either selectively mute or B, I think maybe he's under contract to not talk back to her. Or 3, he's not under contract. He could talk back if he wants, but he knows that it's futile to do so. And there's no talking anything into Kootie Pie, and she holds power over him and could get him like fired or burned alive or frozen.
I
So
was
he
frozen
can't
today.
talk back to her, else it's used in court.
Anyway, she's channeling her inner Veruca Salt.
I want it now!
She's just Miss Selfish. I want, and she starts jumping on him, and he slides out of his shell.
I think that was something they started in Mario World. It's
That
the
was
Koopas
exactly
slide
what
out
they
of their
started in
shell,
Mario World.
and we see their heart boxers.
They're at least decent, unlike Kootie Pie.
And they do eventually throw him back into the shell backwards, and he seems to really like the backward shell.
Yeah.
I don't like how much attention the animators paid to his feet when he's getting out of the shell.
You mean getting back in the shell?
Well, like when they whack him back in the shell.
Yeah,
and
when he's
getting
returning.
out, he's tentatively getting out of the shell. Like they focus on both of his feet.
Well, it's
I'm
to
like,
build up to the him being backwards. But he's not.
I
And
guess.
also, all the budget went to the Koopa Troopa getting up and running out. As
Yep.
well. All the budget went.
That's
So
where all the budget
Kootie
is this
Pie
episode. I hope
says-
you weren't expecting any more budget.
So Kootie Pie has decided by herself, because this poor Koopa Troopa has no input on the situation, that they need to get some heat, and where better to get heat than Mama Fire Plant.
I think Kootie Pie skipped some science classes.
How-
She's like, I need a heater in my ice palace. And he's like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
This won't backfire horribly.
I think maybe what happened is Kootie Pie was assigned classes, but she'd always skip.
yeah.
Skipping classes.
Anyway, it's time for a good old caveman barbecue.
Elephant.
We were barbecuing.
We're barbecuing.
We're barbecuing.
And
Jones barbecuing foot massage.
Jones barbecue foot massage. Better get out here. Get some of this food.
Get some Dino dogs. Get some Bronto burgers.
There's a dinosaur here.
Get a stoneberry pie.
Ew.
Well, you know, at
Okay.
least
Also, Luigi's sounding so happy here.
they're eating food.
It's food time, but
Apparently
you know what?
good food.
But you know what?
Well, they won't have any food if Yoshi doesn't stop snacking.
Yoshi's a snack snatcher. And Peach just looks so ugly as she calls Yoshi out. It's so Oh,
Everybody's
so everyone is so ugly, and they call Yoshi out, and Yoshi goes, "Oh,
Yoshi is
sorry." He has permanent woo.
Yes, Yoshi is permanent uwu. To be fair, he's like
Less than a month old.
he's like
Less than a year old.
he's less than a year old. I don't know how old he's supposed to be because he's born. Well,
We don't know how much time passes.
we don't know how much time has passed, but a few months old, he is baby.
He is a full baby.
It's the interesting concept where in his head
he is
very immature and he is a child technically, but like he is taller than
he has
everyone.
the body of an adult. It's very much like
this
animals. He is an animal in that he could be a year old dog, but still act like a complete and utter baby.
I just don't like how small his arms are.
He's got T-Rex arms.
It's like his body is so long and then his arms are just down there like really tiny and then they're like trying to do like normal proportion stuff and it's just like, I don't like that.
All right, we'll look up what Yoshi's. Okay, that's baby. Yoshikins, yeah. Because I think Yoshikins, now they have a more, like, not anatomically correct, but they have a more human-like dimensions to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to fly down to the gallery and look at early pictures. Because at the start, they were meant to be horse-like in stature. And look, their arms are only as big as the saddle. And they're more tall than
it's fine as long as we're not trying to draw pecs on Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you start drawing like pecs on the Yoshi that's like, no.
Who's drawing pecs on a Yoshi?
Apparently the people that drew the intro to this show.
What?
You didn't notice?
I missed this.
We see Yoshi's pecs.
Also,
look at those cute, colorful Yoshis. They're adorable.
They are. Yoshi colors are great.
I'll be honest, Yoshi's really cute.
Yoshi. Okay.
No, I was worried that after we lost Toad,
it would be annoying. But I think what helps Yoshi is that he's not trying to fill in the place of Toad.
He is his own character.
He's his own character, and
he's
it
cute.
Works well.
Someone else will be later taking on the role of Toad.
But we're not there yet.
I don't want to think about him right now.
So Yoshi's punishment for being a snack snatcher is to go do our chores and collect some firewood.
So we can actually start the barbecue.
Because we have the food all ready, but it's
Did that mean that
cold.
Yoshi was just eating raw food?
Ew. Maybe Yoshi's got the stomach for
Yoshi eats clouds later, it's fine.
Yoshi's got the stomach for anything.
He eats dirt. Like, seriously, Yoshi will eat anything.
These drawings are
He's like Kirby.
So weird, but Yoshi doesn't want to go to get Mama Fire Plant.
He's still in the water.
Because she's across the river.
The river?
And we can't go across the river. But
Yoshi
I
doesn't like the water.
Peach has infinite child patience. I think Peach is the only one who really understands that Yoshi is a child.
Baby.
And that even though he is looking like an
even
adult,
though Luigi
he's
is the
not
mama.
acting like an adult. So she calmly says to him as he's hiding under a table, you could take the bridge and go over the water.
I will say, as much as I hated like all the animation, like the scene of Yoshi like looking backwards like wee 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 wee, it was kind of cute.
It was like, all right, we're fine.
All right, I guess Yoshi is cute. I
So,
can forgive him for
Mama Fire
weird.
Plant is an actual friendly fire plant. I
For
feel like
once.
this is the first time we've seen a friendly fire plant.
like we've seen them on Koopa's side and we've seen them neutral.
I guess so.
But this is the first one who's like, yeah, cool, whatever.
I'm down to make fire.
So
with
she's like a
anybody.
normal fire plant. She's a little taller. She's got longer leaves.
She's got
She's got spots on the leaves. So I guess like they wanted her to have hair, but like
How
I
are
guess
they-
piranha plants can't grow hair, so they
she
like
got a straw
fashion like
wig.
a straw wig. This
They're
whole
tr-
show is
It's kind of like Little Shop of Horrors, but not.
it's not quite
there.
like Mother Brain.
Okay. My Mother Brain's voice actor.
It's
is
more like in the
brilliant.
middle.
Okay. Between what and Mother Brain?
Between like having a plant with boobs or something. I don't know.
This is not Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, I was also thinking Conker's Bad Fur.
We're a bunch of losers thinking about that. So Kootie Pie enters Mama Fire Plant's before that, Mama Fire Plant's sign says the heat is on. But it's hard to read on because it's so bright.
The lights are on and you can't really see.
So the heat is.
It kind of makes me think of that the sign in Charlie Brown. The doctor is real in.
They're really in. So Kootie Pie and the Koopa Troopa, who continuity, I'll give the show props. He still got his shell on backwards.
I mean, it's not the right color, but it's on backwards.
It's on backwards. So they enter through the storm drain in her house, and Mama Fire Plant's already got the sash. She's like, oh, I should have known who was coming up here.
It's that trashy whore.
You calling me a whore?
It's like, Mama Fire Plant, she's 8.
I'm 16. And then the Koopa Troop has to like go, she's 8. Shh. So Kootie Pie,
Mama told me to kick you out because you called her a whore.
Kootie Pie is just picking fights with everyone who enters her.
She calls her a hot-headed horticultural heap.
I thought you were about to say hot-headed horticultural.
I don't know. Thinking horticultural is just a weird word.
This makes me think of spookies with lust-crazed muckmen.
Oh my god.
Lust-crazed muckmen and luring hags.
So despite living in a lava place, Kootie Pie, I guess, is not used to the heat because she's like, oh no, fireballs.
Fire! And so through a turn of events, I think they hit the Koopa Troopa and its shell flies off again.
So Kootie Pie
uses it as a projectile.
Yeah, she catches it right in her mouth,
and she blocks the fire flow. Then they start doing. This is a prelude to Yoshi's New Super Mario Brothers 2, Yoshi's Island. They start pushing the vased person along into the hole. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The spots where you gotta push the and they say, you've been putting on weight, mama.
Why are there so many weight jokes in this episode?
I think maybe Mr. Watch Out,
maybe he had some body image problems.
If I make everyone else look ugly, then I won't be ugly.
Why does everybody have to make fun of how they look? They all look terrible, bro.
Sorry, Mr. Maybe this was Watch Out's way of saying the animation's really, really bad, and this is why.
So Yoshi is outside trying to...
He's right over the river. And by the way, the river is 2 inches deep.
No, spoilers.
So, you can see it in the pic where he's standing outside.
Look, it could be...
And there's a really tall bridge over it. So I'm thinking either A, the river surges with flood season, or B, Mama Fire Plant is also...
She just really
zero
doesn't
water.
like water.
Zero water. You have to go over the bridge to get anything from me.
Well, true. How would they get her off her little island if there wasn't a bridge?
She grows legs like Audrey too. Anyways.
She's not that kind of... She's not a stalking piranha plant.
Okay. Is that a different type of piranha plant?
Yes, they have legs that work as... Well, they have stalks that function as legs.
Okay. I didn't know this. Thank you, Verity.
There are, according to Verity, a lot of piranha plants.
So Yoshi is trying to psych himself up to cross the river.
Going over the bridge. Yoshi's gonna go over the bridge.
Can he do it by himself? We just don't know.
Going over the bridge.
He's like, I can do it, but do I have
to do it now?
And so then...
Also, this is the first time... This is a very constant animation error.
The eye colors.
Yoshi's weird eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, he'll squint, and it'll be really weird looking.
I think what happened here is
Yoshi
that Yoshi
kind of has those Sonic eyes.
Where they're connected at the...
Yeah. And so sometimes, if he's trying to squint, it just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
God, Yoshi is just adorable.
Look at all these Yoshi.
We're just looking at the wiki, and all of the Yoshis are so
many
cute.
Yoshi colors.
So many different types of Yoshis, but they're all adorable.
Yoshi playing hoops.
Yoshi with basketball shoes.
Yoshi.
Hey, what is... Oh, okay.
What is this? Okay.
All right, we
The
don't have
Yoshi
time to
plans
unpack this, so
are
we're gonna
revealed.
move on with the episode.
We're going to ignore, and that Mama Fire Plant, while she has been bound and gagged, she does spit out the shell.
Yeah, so
And-
just in time for her to go, oh my god, I'm being
Anybody, and
Somebody
Yoshi.
help. And Yoshi's like, oh, I gotta save her. And so, in his stride of confidence, he
trips over the bridge.
lands teeth first on the side,
Like grabbing onto the
and
rail.
then he just goes, help!
he lets out a little help,
And then he falls straight into the river, and it's like that scene in Sonic where Sonic's like, "Oh no, I'm drowning!"
and
then Knuckles is like,
sitting in
"Just
the water.
stand up."
Guess
Oh.
I've got locked in the kiddie pool.
Good thing I fell in the kiddie pool.
And then Yoshi immediately is like, "I'm coming
Oh.
to save you." So then Yoshi runs. Also,
I love Yoshi's
they
running.
they put the fire plant into the hole in the ground, and the Koopa Troopa with his gnarly hands resets he's just like Snow White in the cursed witch.
him.
Resets the drain pipe, and Yoshi runs in and is like, "I'm here to help."
Here to help. Yoshi's
Where's
here.
everybody?
Yoshi's here. Where'd everybody go?
So we cut to Yoshi, who is
Who has called for help?
called for help again. So Yoshi,
I wonder if they just thought that he couldn't cross the bridge, and they're like, "All right, Yoshi, we'll help you find the fire plant." And then they get there and they're like, "Oh, she's actually gone."
No, I think Yoshi went back, and they're like, "Oh no," and they went back. Because
Okay.
if there's anything that's true in this show, is that everyone believes everybody with full 100% belief and
Unless you're a
honesty,
Koopa.
even when you're a Koopa. Because Koopas can change their ways.
No.
Anywho, so Luigi asks that maybe we have to file a missing plant report.
Luigi's really trying to make a joke, and no one is falling for it in this episode.
Yeah, I think the real thing is that even if they did file a missing plant report, Mario and Luigi would have to be the ones to find the missing plant.
True. They're the only ones that do anything around here.
So somehow Mario has figured out that Mama Fire Plant went through the hole in the ground, and then suddenly Luigi is
He's ice skating.
he's ice skating.
So it's that Mario
on
is
an
struggling
ice cube.
to
Oh right, and he lifts
to
it
pull
up
off
with
the
great
grate.
force.
with great force.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Your pun's better than Luigi's.
So Luigi starts going ice skating on this ice cube, and he's just
And he runs into everybody.
Everybody
and
and
I'm just watching this
everything.
scene. I'm like, oh my god,
what is happening? So then eventually he stops, and everyone's like, Luigi, what was up with that? And Luigi goes, I'm sorry, I slipped on that ice cube right there.
And Mario's like, ice? There's only ice in Iceland. Ice hasn't been invented yet.
Well, they also said that Mama Fire Plant hates cold things. Why
also,
would there
Mario
be-
like covers his arms like he's cold. It's just like there was just a little tiny bit of ice. Mario, chill.
But they started talking about what is Mama Fire Plant doing with ice in her house, because she hates cold things, especially ice. And Luigi proposes defrosting her freezer? Maybe?
Luigi, it hasn't been invented yet.
Luigi, we haven't invented freezers.
Oh, I forgot to mention an animation error that happened a long time ago.
Oh no,
well.
which one?
It's the one where Luigi's mouth falls off while he's yelling at Yoshi about eating the food.
That was a long time
That was a long
ago.
time ago. I just remembered it when I was looking at my note about how there's no consistency in this
So
artwork.
as they're talking about where this ice came from, I thought to myself, everyone is too short and skinny, and Yoshi is the only one that looks okay. And the princess is looking weird too.
Their
Everyone's
heads are just
looking-
way too big.
And here's my hypothesis. Because they switched animation studios, they had to redesign, they had to resend
Mhm.
over. It wasn't even resending over all the character design stuff, they had to remake it.
Because
And
Peach does look different. She has a different sort of dress. It's got more pink frills in the bottom. She's now has blue eyes.
She's pale as pale can be.
The Marios look different. Her hair's a different shade. Like before, she was more like her sprite artwork.
Okay, she was her
Color-wise.
sprite from Mario 2, and that carried over into Mario 3. But here's my hypothesis for Mario World, and it's that they had the geek character designers go, hey, can you send over the same character designs as you did from Super Show to these new guys in China? Thanks. And then all the geek people looked at themselves and said, we threw those all out in the bonfire.
We burned those in the Great Purge.
Let's just look at the new game. Okay, we got Mario World. Okay, here's what the characters look like, and we're gonna make new character designs.
They drew out sketches and then didn't have time to finalize the artwork, so they just inked the sketches.
To me, it feels like they really relied too heavily on the sprites.
That's very
Everyone
true.
is short.
Everyone looks like they're sprites.
And it's like, this isn't good.
Like, it can work, but not like this.
You gotta have imagination.
And budget.
And budget. And also, if you did use the sprites, why'd you keep Mario's overalls red?
That's true.
And his shirt blue! What's going on, guys?
What is consistency? What?
I don't know. So
anyway,
they start talking.
After a bunch of deducing that wastes a bunch of time because we
They
have
figured
11
out
minutes.
that wherever Mama Fireplant went, she's in Iceland.
She's probably in Iceland.
And it's probably
and
Koopa's fault.
This warp pipe probably goes... Well, it isn't Koopa's fault.
Oh,
Koopa's
not
even
yet.
in this episode.
Oh, right, we're not there yet. It was that Luigi goes, are you sure that this drain leads to Iceland? And then Mario says,
well, if I wasn't sure,
no,
would I
before
do
that,
this?
Before that, he says, do Koopas have shells? Well, do they? They do.
Not always. They can take them off.
Well, do they have them? Do they like wearing them?
Do they like wearing them? Because later on, the Koopas just like hanging out without a shell on. He's adopted the nudist lifestyle.
I'm gonna say this. He's free balling it.
Oh my god!
Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna grab. So he's gonna
because we're gonna throw Luigi into the pit
as Luigi struggles and
Luigi struggles for dear life, and Mario's just like, "You're going in first, Luigi."
So then Mario jumps in. So does everyone else. So after this follows a series of events that all I can say is, what are these faces?
What is happening?
Why
is
happening? They're falling. They land on a moving block. The block hits the end and goes flying away.
They layer the falling wrong so that Peach is like on top of Mario instead of in the corner, and it's just Yoshi and Luigi are like clipping through each other. It's just like, oh my gosh.
And then Luigi was about to fall off the side. And then Mario tells Luigi that he's been hitting the
linguini, Luigi. Was he saying that because Luigi fell off the side, or was he saying that because he's heavy? Because Mario says this before he goes to pick up Luigi. Like, he's just looking at him and he's like, oh, you've been hitting the linguini, Luigi. Let me help you up.
I think it's that Luigi doesn't have the upper body strength to
Are you saying that he's so buoyant that he just bounces off the block?
What are you saying about your little brother, Mario?
I don't know. I'm saying that Mario has butterfingers because he does not even notice
Well, here's the problem. Some Paragoombas are coming their way. So they have to
they have to pig snake.
They gotta pig snake and look up at them and duck. And then they
go,
ooh, that was bad. All right, back to Luigi.
And Mario's like, Luigi's just got a lot lighter. Oh.
And it's really, the sound design here is really great. Because you can tell that it went from like 100% to 0%. As he zoomed out. Luigi! So then suddenly Mario's falling off.
It truly is. Once Luigi leaves, Mario has no sense of
agency.
Well, no, he has no sense of precaution. Like, he just is like, yeah, whatever.
It's true.
I'll go up and punch some Goombas in the face.
Oh, and then he pulls a Scooby-Doo where he forgets that there's no floor. He
forgets about the force of gravity.
And then he falls down, and then Peach tries to grab him, and then Yoshi tries to grab Toadstool, and then they all fall down together.
To death, and it's just like, well, yes.
Oh, also, we're gonna Goomba them.
I'll Goomba them! This Pepsi was a mistake.
This is why I don't drink soda.
I know.
Soda.
So we end up in Ice World, but this isn't Ice World. It's Soggy World.
It's Slush World.
Just Slush World.
It's Burp World. Oh my god. It's the world where we all drink Pepsi. It's like that scene of Billy Wonka with the fizzy lifting drinks.
Oh god, I heard that one.
I'm sorry.
I'm smelling it. This is terrible.
I'm sorry.
So you need to go take a Tubs Festival?
Oh, I might be having a Tubs Festival later.
Why'd you drink mango? It's like 9:30
I
p.m.
don't know.
You're gonna be up till 3:30 p.m.
I don't know. This sludge looks a lot like ectoplasm.
I think that's because you recently watched the Ghostbusters
That's true.
movie.
Quit laughing at my hiccups. They're
I'm
gonna disappear
sorry.
eventually.
I'm sorry. So they crash in here, and Mario says, we gotta find Luigi. Maybe Luigi landed in here. It's what he would want us to do, is to search for him. And then Luigi says, with his... What? What? He sounds so close to us.
Mario's like, I'm gonna go into the... I'm gonna laugh at Peach, who keeps hiccuping.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go rescue him.
There's so many wet sludge noises.
They really reached into the library for this one. So they dig down and they find Luigi, and they have a really weird,
tight sibling hug.
Considering that last season the best we could do was a handshake,
weird handshake and backpack
hats. And now we've jumped to
Oh, my brother!
just absolute choke. Luigi's buried in the slush. So
we make the observation that all of the heat is now melting
all the heat is located in the cold region, and therefore the cold region
therefore global warming
is turning into the wet region. And you know what? This episode was secretly an episode about the fears of the rich overusing the economy to have cause global warming.
And you know what that means? Hum-de-dum-dum.
Dumb.
Water!
I love Yoshi's little thinking voice that he does into himself. Is
Sorry.
his little thinking song?
Hum-de-dum-dum.
It's like when he's thinking about going over the bridge, he's like, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom.
It's got little. What is it when you
It's
learn
so cute.
when you learn
Mnemonics.
things through songs? Mnemonics.
Mhm.
He's got little mnemonics. It's really cute.
It's adorable.
So we cut to Kootie Pie.
Who's having a fire sale?
She's having that fire sale because the problem that Mama Fryer Plant is pronouncing to her is that you are keeping all of the heat and everyone else is gonna freeze. And Kootie Pie goes, they can freeze for all I care, but if they want to heat up, I'll sell the fire to them.
in a fire sale. Cue the title card, Koopa.
We're done. We're done with the episode. But no, we're not done with the episode yet because Kootie Pie, ever the slave driver, is like, now sing me a song.
So we do the Kootie Pie rap,
Kootie Pie rap.
which I guess I kept thinking they were saying Kootie Pie rock
No, that would have been
because
cool.
of the one episode,
Kootie Pie rocks. No, it's Kootie Pie rap. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba, Kootie Pie rap.
which is just a diss trap for Kootie Pie.
Cootie Pie, I hate you so much. You're making me sing for your own too much. Cootie Pie rap. Cootie Pie rap. Her dad just blew his nose in the shower.
Oh, it's
I
just
like-
all the weird noises.
Anyways, I really like the drums,
It is a good
the
song.
instrumental, but the song itself, also Cootie Pie's walking around, she's holding up the fire like Lion
it's not
King.
animated very well. I mean, we do get the cute scene of her on her chair, like, move it. Stop.
Stop looking at me.
Her on her chair, like, wiggling her feet around, like, ah.
Oh, I love how when she's just moving her feet back and forth.
It's cute.
It's fun. She doesn't care if you freeze like ice. She's one bad lady and she ain't very nice. Cootie Pie rap. Cootie Pie rap. Cootie Pie rap. So
At the end of the song, Mario walks in, and he looks like he's about to murder a child. He's ready to throw down, and so is Kootie Pie.
It looks like they're both supposed to be speaking lines, and then they don't, because immediately they step on a porcupine fish.
He froze solid with the porcupine fish, and then Luigi...
Immediately everyone else also gets frozen by
Luigi and
porcupine
Toadstool are like,
fish.
uh-oh, we better
be
go."
careful and step right on another porcupine fish.
But Yoshi does, I do appreciate that Yoshi, in a way that he's reminding himself about it, he's telling the audience about it, which is that they're frozen solid until it wears off. And he's like, I guess I'm on my own now.
Well, I guess it's just me.
So Yoshi's like, I've gotta be brave, and he starts marching through the water.
The way everybody walks through the slush is very true. If you've ever walked through slush,
If you raise your knees high,
you gotta raise your knees high. It makes a terrible slapping noise. It's just, you got water in your socks. It's just uncomfortable.
so you
Ugh.
gotta march forward. So Yoshi keeps going, but then there's a section of ice that immediately melts into a river right in front of him, and Yoshi is too scared to go onwards.
Oh no! He fears the hypothermia.
Yeah, from frozen
Kootie Pie does
super
not
cold water.
fear hypothermia.
And she just stomps through the water,
Which is, once again, ankle deep. Seriously, Yoshi.
and Yoshi lets him know, I hate it when people steal back the things I stole.
Before she steps on a porcupine fish.
And she's also frozen solid, so there's no real fight to be had. So, Mama Fire Plant...
She just goes, oh no! I'm seaweed.
Uh-oh! We're dead.
It's such a great line read.
And she's like, goodbye, cruel world. You were too cold to me. And then Yoshi says again, I've got to save her. And then Yoshi starts gallantly running
With his eyes closed.
I like how he runs right past Kootie Pie. Doesn't care about her anymore. And he runs.
Well, he's like, if I don't look at the water, it won't scare me. And
We're not even thinking about porcupine
we were
fish.
worried about the porcupine fish.
There's only 3 porcupine fish.
4.
4? Oh, right. There's 4 porcupine fish. So they only group in groups of 4, so we're fine.
Binga banga!
I've got to save her.
And he goes marching along, and and at this point, Ice World is absolutely collapsing by the sides.
It's Water
It
World
is
now.
it is just going. So he runs towards Mama Fire Plant, and Yoshi is strong.
Yes, the wall.
He pushes Mama Fire Plant right through. No grunting is needed. He pushes her right through, and then Mama Fire Plant picks up
She
Mario,
very politely
Luigi,
picks everybody up.
and Toadstool, but not Kootie Pie, because
We don't care about
we don't care about Kootie Pie. And so we zoom her right on out of there, and
everything collapses, but they all get out fine, I guess.
it refreezes later.
So we all go to our barbecue.
with Mama Fire Plant's place. Or is it at her place, or is it...
I guess that it just needed Yoshi to move her to the
Yeah.
barbecue place.
Okay, they invited her over to the barbecue. And Mama Fire Plant is
She
saying,
says,
honey,
you can light my fire anytime. And
Honey?
I'm like, he is a minor.
he's less than a minor. He's an
He is
infant.
a baby. No.
I just love, honey, thank you so much.
Also, she calls
You
Yoshi
can-
hot. You can
My hot hero.
You can romp in my fields anytime, Yoshi.
Can I call you darling? No. Thank you, darling.
My passion can't be stopped, darling. This is just
Ripen Tingle's balloon trip of love.
So, in a moment of kindness, Toadstool is like, wonder what happened to Kootie Pie.
And she's also, I like that she's eating the barbecue with a fork and utensil, being all polite.
Yeah,
And Mario and
everybody else
Luigi
is
are
like,
eating with their
"Oh,
fingers because they're
like, they've got their
fingerprints.
plates piled up, and Peach is like, I've got the one thing.
Delicate.
Very delicate.
I wonder how Kootie Pie's doing. So,
Meanwhile, Kootie Pie is crying tears of ice.
so we're going back to Kootie Pie, and she's frozen in a block of ice.
And she's like,
I'm
cold.
I've never been this cold in my life.
Do you hear me? I'm turning blue. I hate blue. Blue is an unfavorite color of mine. Get me out of here.
Everyone knows Cookie is my least favorite sibling.
And she's just screaming, but you know who doesn't care anymore?
The Koopa who's reading Bowser
The
pinup.
Koopa, because the workers are rebelling up against the factory owners as this Koopa Troopa reads "Crime by Koopa." He's reading this pinup and he's like, you know what?
Bowser posed for a pinup mag.
This is great. It'll raise morale.
I guess.
Why not?
It's the
I
only
mean,
appearance
if
of Koopa in this episode.
And he takes off his sunglasses because the Koopa Troopa, he's in like a beach hammock that's cold. And he's the cold-blooded
It's because
lizard too.
he's cold as ice.
That's how
He's willing to sacrifice.
You know what? I bet his code name is Liquid Nitrogen.
Because that's how cold he is.
Amazing. So you know what? This episode was about climate change. And it wasn't the worst episode that we could have started with. And I also
It's better
appreciate
than some of the Kirby ones about climate change.
I also appreciate in this episode that we start and we do see cave people, but we don't focus on cave people being the first thing. We first get everyone introduced.
We introduced Yoshi.
We introduce them in the kiddie pool, you could say, of Mario World by getting everybody remembering these are the old characters. Here's a new person who's going to be around a lot more, Yoshi. And then in the next episode, we'll be more cave people focused. Peach cheated and watched a bit of the next episode.
We both watched the next
We
episode.
did. We're both cheaters. And
to be fair, I had watched all of Mario 3 before we did our show. It'd just been a while. With Mario World, I've seen a select few episodes, but like the ones in the middle, I passed on.
No.
And even now watching them, I'm like, what is
happening?
Like rewatching this episode, I'm like, wait, when did they go on the moving platform? What?
Yeah, they go on the
I
moving
completely
platform.
forgot about that part. It just has nothing to do with anything.
This is definitely
It's just the weird in between.
This was not written with any sort of outline in order. Like they travel
It's like
here.
they wrote the whole episode and they're like, oh, we need a little bit in the middle. Just add
They
that
wrote
part.
the
It's
episode like most people write their essays, which is start to end, and they don't go back and check through it
Because
again.
really, if you took out that whole middle part, it would still kind of fit.
You
Because
see-
Mario threw Luigi into the pit first.
Oh, I see what you mean. So it could have just been Luigi falls into the pit, and then everyone jumps down,
And they're like,
then
oh,
they
there's
all
a bunch
end
of
up
slush.
immediately in Ice World.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. We've just saved 3 minutes of animation. But where are we gonna get those 3 minutes back, Peach?
Yoshi can learn how to swim.
That would have been fun.
I'm just imagining Yoshi
In
with
little waders.
water wings.
Oh, I'm too scared. Doggy paddle. Yoshi
doggy-
paddle. You do the Yoshi paddle.
It's like Luigi's holding him by his arm. He's like,
Oh, I'm doing it, Mama Luigi. Look at me go.
you're doing such a good job, Yoshikins.
So who was your most valuable paisano?
Larson!
Mine was Yoshi too.
He was cute.
He was cute, and I like
I
how
was worried that
he was
like
too
him.
cowardly.
I was worried that he would be like too like
Woo woo, I'm the baby.
I don't understand human conception.
But no, he's adorable.
But I like how he was nervous, but he didn't let that stop him. He was like, I've gotta save her. I've gotta go and help. I'm gonna walk through the water. It's
I love
true.
him.
It's
He's
true.
cute.
People build themselves up for
I guess I was worried
tasks.
he'd be more like Baby Bop. I'm like, no, okay, he's his own person.
Baby who?
Baby Bop
From
from Barney. You know, the guy that's in our cover art.
yeah, no, Barney's our cover art, but is Baby Bop the green?
The green one.
Okay. Who's the yellow one?
BJ.
I thought it was TJ.
It's BJ.
Okay, and who's the orange one?
He was added later. I don't know him as well. He
Or-
glows.
Barney Orange.
Barney Orange.
Barney Orange dinosaur.
Well, you might get the orange.
His name is Riff.
Riff. Okay, you might get the orange the orange baloney dinosaur from. God, that's what he looked like. I don't remember him. Barney or what? From Animaniacs, the Barney spoof is called Baloney.
Oh, okay. Maniacs.
Baloney.
Okay. Balog.
No,
Baloney.
baloney.
Okay. You're right. It is baloney.
Yep.
It's
They're all,
even on the Barney wiki.
they're all terrified of him.
They all hate him. There we go. Hey, he was in Tiny Toons. What do you know?
All right. So, well, I've decided on our most valuable paisano. So, Peach, where can people find you and this new art that you've made for the show?
Yay! I liked the art. It was fun.
I did too. Where can we find it?
Oh, you could find it at peachsupremeart.tumblr.com.
And I can be found at delfinodurians.tumblr.com.
Hopefully, I'll be working on my Secret Santa stuff soon.
We're keeping our outro from last time, and it was composed by Taylor Lair. You can find more of her music at tlair.bandcamp.com. That is T, the letter T, laire.bandcamp.com. And she's also collabed. There's a new kitten video.
Bagheera cats with cats only eats food.
Bagheera! Okay, you can find Taylor. She collabed on an album called Angels Calling by Poison Damage on Bandcamp. If you look up Angels Calling, you'll find it with the song Grant Me Wings featuring Taylor Lair.
Yay!
So cool. She's the coolest. She's the best. And we love her. And thank you, Taylor.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go brush my teeth because this soda did not settle well with me.
I need to go. What do I need to go do? Need to take a shower. Do you need to take a shower?
Perhaps.
Probably.
But showers haven't been invented yet.
Well, how do we take baths then? What is this, Victorian age?
No.
We're all oily and gross.
We're in dinosaur land. We gotta go to a hot spring or something. Is that an episode?
We'll go to a volcano.
I don't remember.
A sauna by a volcano.
Apparently, I don't remember these episodes very well because we almost missed one.
It's true. And scheduling.
Oops.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oh well, next up we got the wheel thing where we get wheel.
We're gonna get to the wheel thing.
That wheel thing.
So by Zani.
Paisanis.